Mark. T-minus 20 seconds. Auxiliary enable, signal return. Minus 15. Stand by for terminal count at T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Vehicles armed. 3, 2, 1. Fire. Missile away. Good burn. Copy, good burn.
Welcome to the Rocket and Rich Podcast, your compass to a life of enrichment. I'm your host, Bob Adams, and before we dive into today's topic, one more time, a quick reminder to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments. Today, I'm going to take you on a quick journey into the life of a financial warrior. Here's a story that you might find yourself akin to.
The Unseen Battle. The story of an auditor's struggle. Chapter 1. The Warrior Auditor. John Carter was known as the Warrior Auditor in his firm. His reputation for uncovering discrepancies, fraud, and inefficiencies was unmatched. With a relentless drive and an almost combative attitude towards his work, John was the auditor every company dreaded. His colleagues admired his tenacity, though some whispered that his approach was excessive. John's day began before dawn, his mind already racing through the tasks ahead. His meticulous nature and keen eye for detail had made him the firm's go-to auditor for high-stakes cases. He saw himself as a protector of financial integrity, battling against the evils of corruption and negligence. This warrior mindset drove him to dig deeper and question everything, leaving no stone unturned. Chapter 2. The Toll of Vigilance. As the months turned into years, the toll of John's relentless vigilance began to manifest. He started experiencing frequent headaches and muscle tension. His sleep was plagued by nightmares of missed errors and overlooked fraud. The stress of constantly looking for things to be afraid of, for discrepancies that could potentially ruin careers and companies, was beginning to wear him down. John's personal life suffered too. He became irritable and withdrawn, often snapping at his wife and children over trivial matters. The warrior mentality that served him so well at work was creating a rift at home. His wife, Sarah, noticed the changes and tried to get him to relax, but John brushed off her concerns. "I can't afford to miss anything," he would say. "People depend on me." Chapter 3. The Breaking Point. The breaking point came during a high-profile audit of a multinational corporation. The pressure was immense, and John pushed himself harder than ever. He skipped meals, worked late into the night, and even took work home on weekends. His body, however, could not keep up with the relentless pace. One evening, as he was poring over spreadsheets, John felt a sharp pain in his chest. He tried to ignore it, attributing it to stress, but the pain intensified, spreading to his arm and jaw. Sarah found him collapsed on the floor of his home office and rushed him to the hospital. The diagnosis was a severe heart attack. The doctors told him he was lucky to be alive, but warned that his current lifestyle was unsustainable. The news was a wake-up call, but it also felt like a defeat. For the first time, John realized that his warrior mentality had turned him into his own worst enemy. Chapter 4. The Road to Recovery. Recovery was a slow and arduous process. John was forced to take a leave of absence from work, a prospect that terrified him more than any audit ever had. He felt like he was abandoning his post, leaving the financial world vulnerable without his vigilance. But as he spent more time in the hospital, undergoing physical therapy and counseling, he began to see things differently. His therapist helped him understand that his warrior attitude, while beneficial in small doses, was destructive in the long run. John learned techniques to manage his stress, such as mindfulness meditation and breathing exercises. He also started to reevaluate his priorities, recognizing the importance of his family and his own well-being. Chapter 5. A New Perspective. When John eventually returned to work, he did so with a new perspective. He was still thorough and dedicated, but he no longer viewed every audit as a battle. He implemented better time management practices, took regular breaks, and delegated tasks more effectively. John also made an effort to connect with his colleagues, fostering a more collaborative environment rather than one driven by fear and suspicion. His performance didn't suffer, in fact it improved. With a clearer mind and healthier body, John was able to think more creatively and make better decisions. His personal life improved as well. He reconnected with Sarah and his children, making time for family dinners and weekend outings. The warrior had transformed into a balanced and resilient professional, still vigilant, but no longer consumed by fear. Chapter 6. Sharing the Lessons. John's journey became an inspiration within his firm. He started giving talks about the importance of mental health and work-life balance, sharing his own experiences and the lessons he had learned. His story resonated with many, especially those who had also fallen into the trap of relentless work and constant stress. He advocated for better support systems within the workplace, including access to mental health resources and stress management workshops. John knew that the warrior mentality had its place, but it needed to be tempered with self-care and awareness. Epilogue: The True Warrior. In the end, John discovered that being a true warrior wasn't about constant vigilance or battling unseen enemies. It was about resilience, balance, and knowing when to seek help. He had faced his own fears and vulnerabilities and emerged stronger for it. John Carter, once known solely as the warrior auditor, became a symbol of what it meant to be truly strong, not just in the face of external challenges, but in caring for oneself and others. Through his journey, John taught his colleagues and himself that sometimes the bravest thing a warrior can do is to put down the sword and take a step back, acknowledging the human need for rest, connection, and peace.
Well, what'd you think of that story? Did you find yourself slightly thinking it might be you? Well, let's talk about that for a moment. We're going to talk about our modern society, and the term warrior often evokes these images of strength, resilience, and unwavering determination. Warriors, whether on the battlefield or in the boardroom, are seen as paragons of toughness and fortitude. Yet, beneath that facade of invincibility, many warriors are, in fact, worriers. The unrelenting stress they endure takes a real profound toll on their mental and physical health. Understanding this dichotomy is crucial to addressing the pervasive issues of stress in our daily lives. The archetype of the warrior is deeply ingrained into our cultural psyche. From ancient legends to contemporary narratives, warriors symbolize bravery and perseverance. However, the reality of being a warrior is far more complex. Whether they're soldiers, first responders, high-powered executives, warriors face immense pressures. These pressures come from the constant need to perform, the responsibility to protect, and most of all, the fear of failure. Over time, this stress can become absolutely overwhelming. Stress is a natural response to challenging situations, triggering the body's fight or flight mechanism. While this response is essential for survival, and chronic stress can lead to a host of physical and mental health issues, for warriors, the stakes are even higher. The relentless demands on their roles often mean they cannot afford to show any vulnerability or admit to feeling overwhelmed. Chronic stress affects nearly every system in the body. It can lead to cardiovascular problems such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and worse than that, stroke. The immune system also suffers, making the body more susceptible to infections and illnesses. Digestive issues such as irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS, and ulcers are common among these under constant stress. For warriors, this physical symptoms can be particularly debilitating. Soldiers and first responders need to be in peak physical condition to perform their duties effectively. When stress impairs their health, it not only affects their ability to function, but also endangers those as they're meant to protect. Moreover, the physical manifestations of stress often go untreated, as many warriors are reluctant to seek help and may not recognize the connection between their symptoms and stress. The mental and emotional impact of chronic stress can be just as severe as the physical toll. Anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which I know we hear about all the time from our vets, are prevalent among warriors. These conditions can lead to a range of symptoms, including insomnia, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. In extreme cases, they can result in suicidal thoughts and behaviors. The stigma surrounding mental health issues often prevents warriors from seeking the help they need. The culture of toughness and self-reliance that characterizes many warrior professions can make it difficult for individuals to admit to feeling vulnerable or even needing support. As a result, many suffer in silence, further compounding their stress and making their mental health issues greater. In an attempt to manage their stress, many warriors turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Substance abuse, including alcohol and drugs, is a common response. While these substances may provide temporary relief, they ultimately contribute to a cycle of dependency and further health problems. Additionally, risky behaviors such as reckless driving or extreme sports may be used as a means of distraction or escape. These coping mechanisms can have devastating consequences, not only for the individuals involved, but also for their families and communities. The impact of a warrior stress is rarely confined to the individual alone. It often affects their loved ones and colleagues, creating a ripple effect of stress and trauma. Addressing the issue of chronic stress among warriors requires a multifaceted approach. It's essential to create an environment where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength rather than weakness. This can be achieved through education and awareness programs that designate mental health issues and promote importance of self-care. Organizations and institutions that employ warriors must take proactive steps to support their well-being. This can include providing access to mental health services, implementing stress management programs, and fostering a culture of open communications and support. Regular physical activity, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep are also crucial components of a holistic approach to stress management. For individuals, developing healthy coping mechanisms is key. Mindfulness practices such as meditation and yoga can help reduce stress and promote emotional resilience. Building a strong support network of friends and family and colleagues can provide much-needed emotional support. Additionally, engaging in hobbies and activities that bring joy and fulfillment can help counterbalance the pressures of a daily life. The image of the warrior is a paragon of strength and resilience. It is inspiring, but very often misleading. Beneath the surface, many warriors are plagued by worry and stress, which takes significant toll on their health and well-being. Recognizing this reality is the first step towards addressing pervasive issues of chronic stress in our society. By fostering a culture that values mental and physical health, providing access to support and resources, and encouraging healthy coping mechanisms can help our warriors and all individuals manage stress more effectively. In doing so, we can ensure that our modern-day warriors are not only strong and resilient, but also healthy and happy. Check out our website at www.rocketandrich.com for more information and access to our health, wealth, income sources, peaceful living, and ongoing education courses, including our premier introduction to AI courses and labs. Our www.stellarlifeapp.com provides 66 days of life-changing habits to enhance your goals and living experience and reduce your stress. Get our free habit-changing report when you sign up. Remember, we have a free affiliate offering to share our program with others to enhance their lives and add to your financial goals. Check out our latest edition at www.kudahouse.com, With so many people learning about AI and the applications it can do for their personal and business world, we created a subsidiary specifically designed to assist those interested in expanding their digital presence on the web. With services to assist in website, chatbot creations, podcasting, and YouTube video productions, and courses specific about technology made easy for everyone. Download our free report on how AI can benefit anyone, but most particularly small business owners. So have you ever considered expanding your current business or have thought about stepping into a new AI generation? Here's your opportunity. And another quick reminder to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell and share your thoughts in the comments. This is the Rockin' and Rich Podcast, where your journey to a richer life begins.
Control, we have touchdown.